everyone! So we're here today with our November TBR video. We're getting close to the end of the year already. I can hardly believe it, but here are a few of the books that we want to squeeze in the month of November.
The first one I plan to read in November is correcting a major oversight in my middle grade repertoire, and that is The Wild Robot by Peter Brown. There's a second book out already, but I obviously need to read the first one before I can read that. I absolutely love Peter Brown. I knew him first from his picture books, but this has just been like the middle grade book that I've heard the most about in the last few years, and I can't wait to finally read it.
So the first book I'd like to get to in November is an arc that has been sitting on my desk for a while now, and that is Warrior of the Wild by Tricia Levenseller. Now, Tricia wrote Daughter of the Pirate King, which is a past OwlCrate book that I absolutely loved, so I'm excited to get to this one. And this one is a Viking story about an 18-year-old girl named Rasmira, and during her kind of coming-of-age trial, it's sabotaged and she fails, and her father kicks her out of the village and into this like monster-strewn land. In an attempt to win back her honor, Rasmira decides she is going to attempt to kill an oppressive god that reigns over the villages. I am so excited for this book. It sounds like a really fun story. If it's anything like Daughter of the Pirate King, I'm gonna fly right through it.
The next one on my list is She Would Be King by Wayetu. This is adult fiction and it just came out in the last month or two, I believe. My friend Erin chose this as the first book for our brand new book club, and I'm very excited about it. It is fiction, but it is the retelling of like the roots of Liberia, and through the eyes of 3 different women, I believe. And it's been getting lots of interesting buzz, and Erin has already read it and says that it's fantastic. And I trust her choice in books, so I'm really looking forward to reading this one too.
Next up is a book that I've mentioned several times on this channel, and that is The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. I really have been craving a reread of this one, especially since finding out the movie has wrapped film. If you're unaware, this is a story about a boy named Todd, and he lives in this place called Prenticetown, and in Prenticetown there's a thing called noise, and noise is... you can basically hear everybody else's thoughts around you, including the animals' thoughts. So there's just never any silence. That is until one day, Todd and his dog Manchi stumble upon a pocket of complete quiet. And from there, they have to go on a run for their lives. The trilogy I read quite a few years ago now, and I'm really excited to get back into this world.
And the final one on my list is The Lost Girl by Ursu. Ursu wrote Breadcrumbs and The Real Boy, both of which were award winners. And this is her latest one that comes out in February. So this one is about twin sisters who are split into different classes when they start the 5th grade, and sort of how their identities change when they're not together. And I believe this one also has a fantasy twist to it, which I'm very intrigued by. Looking forward to it.
And finally, one of the books I'm most excited to get to is The Near Witch by Victoria Schwab. This is one of the very few Victoria Schwab books I have not read, and I actually didn't know the synopsis until this morning, and it sounds really cool. So this book takes place in a town called Near, and in this town there's kind of like folk tales that are like warning people about the Near Witch. Lexi is our main character, and she lives on the moors, and one day a mysterious boy shows up at her house, and shortly after, children start going missing in the middle of the night from the village. Now the village thinks that this mysterious boy might have something to do with it, but he's actually helping Lexi try to find the children, and she feels she can trust him. Beyond that, I don't know much more about the plot, but it sounds super intriguing. Victoria Schwab has never steered me wrong before, so I'm really excited to read it.
So those are a selection of the books that we plan to read in November. How are you doing on your Goodreads goals so far?
I've met and surpassed.
Surprise, surprise. I think I am almost over my goal now as well.
Nice. You're gonna do it.
So I'm gonna beat it. We would love to hear how you guys are doing on your Goodreads goals for the year. You can leave those in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for more videos every week. Happy reading, and thanks for being awesome.
Bye.